We can just check in, kick back, unwind, surrounded by widows that feel like mine.
What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video. And yes, after the drama of yesterday and gaining over 1,000 subscribers, guess that's what happens when you just simply state a couple of facts. It's time to get back to normality and a versus. The OPPO X8 Pro versus the OnePlus 13. Two of the hottest smartphones on the market just now. But what's the difference between them? They're owned by the same company. Let's go. Now, straight at the bat, I have to be honest, both of these phones are fantastic. But, of course, you're going to say, well, of course he says that because he sells them in his store. Folks, store has nothing to do with it. We are blessed in 2024 to have stellar choices from almost every manufacturer, from Honor to OPPO and Xiaomi and Samsung and Apple. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is by far the best iPhone ever released. We're absolutely spoiled. And the X8 Pro and the OnePlus 13 cram all those flagship specs into a far more wallet-friendly price. So my comparison actually starts with that price. The OnePlus 13 is China only just now, so it's running ColorOS, no Android Auto. But you can pick it up anywhere from £639 to about £740 for the 24GB 1TB version. That in itself is insane that it goes up to that, but the fact you can get it for 740 quid, and we're going to talk about the full specs in a second. With the X8 Pro, you're slightly more of a premium because it is, on paper, slightly better as a smartphone. The X8 Pro will set you back anywhere from £700 to £800. Again, China version. However, yesterday I added this. The OPPO X8 Pro Global. Comes in 0.5 TB, comes in two colours, black and the white I have here. £875. Yes, £875 gets you one of the most flagship phones of 2024. So that's the price out the way. Let's rewind all the way back to the unboxing. Of course, Chinese phones. You're getting a full unboxing experience. Charger included, cable, SIM ejection tool and a case. Meaning that when you open this phone, you don't have to go shopping on AliExpress or anywhere else to go get yourself a protective case. There are also screen protectors installed on the screens as well. Now, in terms of design to look at, they are similar in some ways, but then, unlike the OnePlus Open and the OPPO Find N3, which were just literally the same phone with different badges on them, the OPPO and the OnePlus look completely different and in a lot of ways are completely different. So design-wise, it's subjective. I personally love the colour of the OnePlus and that little silver line accent on the blue variant you get. But then I like the OPPO central larger camera bump because it does have quad rear lenses, unlike the OnePlus, which is triple. And again, we'll talk about that soon. Squared off sides with slight curves on the screen and the back, both ergonomic. Both to me look and feel fantastic. IPX68 on the OPPO, IPX69 on the OnePlus, essentially just the same. I'd actually argue that the OPPO you could also class as IP69. Most phones with IP68 you could probably power wash, but why would you do that? I keep thinking about this. Why would you possibly do that? So if we take design and build quality as being fairly similar, but design is subjective. We do have to talk about the software. Now, unfortunately, as I mentioned at the top of the video, the OnePlus does not have a global variant yet. So it's running ColorOS, the exact same software as on the OPPO. So there's no point comparing them. There's no point going into depth in this video. However, I have word that the global ROM flash will be available by the end of November. So any device on the Average Dad Tech Store, any OnePlus 13 device, you will have the option at checkout to add the global ROM flash for a fee of probably around £50. You can essentially get the global phone for far cheaper than the global OnePlus from OnePlus.com. But as I say, because I run the same software, we're just going to skip over the comparison in this video. Once it's Oxygen OS on the OnePlus, I will do a full software deep dive and tell you all the cool features and AI features, keeping in mind that the OPPO X8 Pro is global, which I'll have in a couple of days, and the global OnePlus 13. So you're going to get full Google AI, circle to search, and lots of other AI features that I will do in that video. Now, in terms of the chipset, again, OnePlus and OPPO, BBK, their parent company, have taken two different approaches. The OPPO is running the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 chip, whereas the OnePlus is staying true to Qualcomm and running the Snapdragon Elite chip. I was going to say 8th Gen Elite. I think it's just Snapdragon Elite rather than 8th Generation Elite. You can correct me in the comments, I'm sure you will. But either way, both are just way more power and efficiency than you're ever going to need. But that's what I care more about. Not so much the power. I am a useless mobile gamer. I'm a useless gamer, period. But if you are a hardcore gamer, trust me, these chipsets will be more than good enough. And as mentioned, in terms of efficiency, that's what I want to see. Both of these chips claim up to 40% more efficiency than the previous generation chipset. And from my experience using both, I have been nothing but impressed with both phones. For context, the OnePlus has a 6,000 mAh battery. To be fair, the OPPO's like 5,900, so if we round up to 6,000, I've just been super impressed. If I had to choose a winner between two, I would say the OnePlus edges it. The Snapdragon Elite chip paired with a slightly bigger battery certainly gives me an extra maybe 25 to 35 minute screen on time. But I shit you not, I've not had these phones long enough to properly do a battery test, because these phones last 2 days plus, depending on usage. Keep in mind, I have many phones. I am using these phones not very often, but when I do use them, the battery barely moves, if at all. And if I leave them unused for a couple of days, the battery's maybe drained 10% in those day or two. It's, yeah, really, really impressive stuff. So again, if you're a gamer, consider these devices. Now, while I'm not a gamer, I do love to consume content, and one area that the OnePlus has the upper hand here is the display. The Quad HD Plus resolution with the slightly higher PPI over the OPPO, I notice it, and that higher peak brightness, as you can see here, I think the OnePlus just edges it. Now, of course, the OPPO is brighter and sharper than 99% of other phones on the market, but in this one-to-one comparison, the OnePlus just has the edge. In terms of speakers, very compatible. You can have a very quick listen here to the speakers on both.
Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started
So far, chipsets is subjective. Efficiency, I'd probably give more to Snapdragon. Performance is very, very similar when you look at all the Geekbench scores. Design is subjective. The price, the Oppo is slightly more expensive, but you are getting a quad camera setup. And that's what I want to talk about now. The quad cameras on the Oppo are basically like for like the same cameras on the OnePlus. The OnePlus main ultra-wide 3x telephoto lens are just a lift and shift from the Oppo X8 Pro, or whoever's copy to, same company. But the Oppo has stayed true to its quad rear lenses like it did have on the Oppo X6 Pro and the Oppo X7 Ultra. And it has given us the 6x periscope zoom lens. And folks, you can tell. Here you can see just a few photo examples, a couple of portraits, wide, ultra wide, zoom, some video there. But I want to focus on the zoom. Now I've only gone to about 20 times, 30 times zoom on these, but hopefully you can see as well, the 6x hybrid zoom on the OnePlus is really no match to the 6x true optical lens on the Oppo. So if you are a zoom fan like me and you don't want to sacrifice anything else, then my money's on the Oppo. And that's my verdict. Spoiler, we've got to the end. Of these two devices, both are A and B. Like 1A, 1B in terms of candy bar phones released this month. But for me, because of the zoom lens, yes, the display resolution is slightly lower. Yes, it's maybe not as efficient by about 25 minutes. But for me, I love zoom. So that's the one I'm going for. But you can't lose if you choose one of these phones. And dare I say, if you've chosen a Honor Magic 7 Pro, a Xiaomi 15 Pro, or any other of the 20 Android phones that Realme GT7 Pro are we on now, we are just spoiled. You really can't make a wrong turn. So do your research, watch all the reviews, and if you are looking to buy, just consider shopping or looking around the Average Dad Tech store, because we do. I now have a member of staff, a friend, James, has joined the team. So we do, trust me, aim to give the best prices, price match, best customer service we can give, best shipping times we can give. We are trying our best. So consider shopping at the Average Dad Tech store or the newly branded AD Tech store. AD is pretty cool because it's like Anno Domini, which is like, more modern. Anyway, so I'm rabbiting now. These are fantastic devices. Let me know in the comments which one you think looks better, which one you prefer, or if you have purchased. And please remember, the global version, not a global flash, the full global version with an EU or UK plug in the box of the Oppo X8 Pro is now available to buy. 1 year warranty, 14 days returns. Until next time.